recent murder by the IRA was that of Lyra McGee in Londonderry this year. She was aged 29. 4 years ago, I stood outside Parliament and spoke to 1,000 veterans. 3 years ago, I spoke to 3,000 in the Mall. Earlier this year, I spoke to 6,000 in Manchester, while we had 6 other spontaneous events going on in other cities around the United Kingdom. And today, I'm talking to you. During those years, I wrote to Theresa May twice, and she ignored us. I encouraged thousands to write to their MPs, and the MPs ignored us. I campaigned by letter for the destruction of the stepping down of Borough McGrory, who was the Director of Public Prosecutions in Northern Ireland, and eventually he did step down. We did that. Sometimes we felt that we were talking to the walls. The vast majority of MPs ignored us. However, we developed some friends in Parliament. Ian Duncan Smith, Johnny Mercer, Dr. Julian Lewis, and they fought on the inside, while we together fought on the outside. Our new Prime Minister has given Johnny Mercer a mandate to fight our corner. But now is not the time for us to rest on our laurels and claim victory. We are winning our battles, but we have not won our war. We have not stopped one prosecution. There is a long list of old soldiers being bullied and interrogated by the Legacy Investigation Branch, which is part of the Police Service of Northern Ireland. The LIB took the place of the Historical Inquiries Team because the Historical Inquiries Team couldn't find any new and compelling evidence. The LIB are a political police with a political agenda. The LIB process is supported by Sinn Féin IRA. The LIB have 55 detectives. On the 22nd of April 2015, when Dennis Hutchins was 74 years old, they sent 4 detectives to the United Kingdom to arrest him. They searched his property. They claimed they were searching for written notes from 1974. They abused their powers. They abused him. They tried their very best to intimidate him, to create evidence. This is a man who had never hidden from justice. A man who was ill with kidney disease. There is no doctor's report proving that he was even fit for detention. The LIB have made the last 5 years of his life an absolute misery, and they have produced no new evidence. This is wicked. This is evil. The Police Service of Northern Ireland and the LIB are doing the work of terrorists. The LIB is being used as an instrument of revenge by Sinn Féin IRA. Revenge for losing a war. Revenge for failing to dominate the United Kingdom with murder, with bombs and with bullets. They lost that war. Johnny Mercer will do the right thing, but we cannot sit back and hope that from now on it will all be fine. If Mercer is to be successful, he must force the Northern Ireland Assembly to demand the disbandment of the Legacy Investigation Branch. He must give the best lawyers in the United Kingdom the job of discrediting the actions of the LIB. Their investigations are politically motivated, seriously flawed and probably illegal. Mercer must disband this modern day Gestapo. They must go. We have the support of the people. Now we have the support of the government. But this is not enough. It will only be enough when the Legacy Investigation Branch is no more. We don't want pardons. We don't want amnesties. We do not want immunity from prosecution because we did not do anything wrong. There is no new and compelling evidence, only questionable information obtained under interrogation and the flights of fantasy from bitter individuals from 50 years ago. Our legacy was the defeat of the IRA, the defeat of evil murderers. We gave Northern Ireland peace. We gave Northern Ireland freedom from tyranny. We gave that freedom with our lives. We risked our lives for those people. Now it's time for them to give us that same peace. It's time to give the veterans the peace from these wicked, politically motivated prosecutions. This is the peace that was hoped for under the Good Friday Agreement. There will be a general election in 2 years' time, maybe sooner, and the votes of 4 million British veterans will carry a great deal of weight. Boris Johnson, Johnny Mercer and Arlene Foster cannot stop these malicious prosecutions with a stroke of a pen. They have to gather votes, they have to garner support, they have to get MPs on their side. Our job is to make it clear to all members of Parliament, no matter what party they come from, that we will not vote for any party that allows this injustice to continue. When politicians knock on your door, when they send messages on social media, when they speak to the public, we must ask them over and over again, what about the veterans? What about the veterans? What about the veterans?
What about the veterans? What about the veterans? What about the veterans? What about the veterans? What about the veterans?
We must keep the pressure on. We must keep kicking them in the ballot box. That's our leverage. The next government of the United Kingdom will not be the party that fights us. It will be the party that supports our cause. Our cause is about decency. Our cause goes to the very heart of what makes us all British. Honour, integrity, fair play, and the rule of our elected representatives. Not a group of evil little Sinn Féin people who hate Britain and all that it stands for. We will watch with interest what happens in the next few weeks, but we will not wait for long. There are those among us now who want to raise the stakes. They want us to move to non-violent civil disobedience. Non-violent civil disobedience. We have the leadership, we have the assets, and we have the skills to adversely affect the economy of this country. We have the ability to block routes of trade and commerce and bring the United Kingdom to a standstill. But right now, we're going to keep our powder dry. We need MPs on our side, but also the MPs need to keep us on their side now. They do. They need our votes. They need us behind them. Remember, Corbyn and Abbott walked out in protest. Corbyn and Abbott walked out in protest when two of our representatives were in the public gallery in the Houses of Parliament. The Shadow Chancellor, John McDonnell, has a memorial to the IRA in his office. This is not over. This is not over. It is not over by a long chalk. Soldier F is going to court in September. I don't know what he said, and I don't know what he's done, but it can be nothing compared to those people who were released under the Good Friday Agreement. Once again I say to you, I will not vote for any party that supports this injustice. I will not support any party that puts terrorists before soldiers. It should be soldiers before terrorists. 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 Our marches have forced our cause into the political arena. Our marches persuaded Boris Johnson to put Johnny Mercer in charge of the veterans. Our marches have put Sinn Féin on the back foot. There are millions of us coming together in this cause. The Legacy Investigation Branch are political police who have woken a sleeping giant. They have aroused the decent, law-abiding citizens of the United Kingdom under one banner. The banner of decency, the banner of honesty, and the banner of truth. We you and me, we're a force to be reckoned with now. We will not be quiet. We will not go away. We, the veterans of Northern Ireland, have been betrayed, and it's time to put an end to this wickedness once and for all. Show me your flags! Show me your flags! Wave your flags! These are our battle honours! These are honours that we won. We deserve them. And write upon your battle honours, victory in Northern Ireland. We won victory in Northern Ireland under these banners. The fight is not over. The fight is not over. We will win this war. And if they don't listen, we will shout louder. And 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 we will shout louder. Until this war's over.